Tonight at the National Figure Skating Championships in Denver, pairs team will compete for 3 places on the Olympic team. 4 years ago, the brother and sister team of Peter and Kitty Carruthers won a silver medal in Sarajevo. And today, correspondent Mike Leonard reports that another pair of siblings, Wayne and Kim Seybold, are looking to do as well, maybe better, in Calgary.
It's your moment in the sun, Indiana. So rise and shine with Wayne and Kim Seybold. Rise and shine above all that Hoosier hysteria, all that hoopla over hoops. You know that assumption?
I thought everybody in Indiana played basketball.
Wrong.
I knew I wasn't going to be 6'5", so I had to find a sport that I could excel in.
A sport that would lure a 5'6" man and a 5'2" woman to the monstrous challenge of qualifying for the 1988 Winter Olympics in Calgary.
Keep going. Now cut back.
With the U.S. Nationals coming up this weekend, there is little time left for a brother and a sister to improve on a synchronization that took nearly a lifetime to perfect. A genetic choreography that simply can't be taught.
Me, myself, I would never ever trust another person to lift me or to throw me.
I would never skate with anyone else.
Starting out at a roller skating rink just a few blocks from their Marion, Indiana home, Wayne and Kim Seybold turned a pastime into a passion. They also eventually turned their roller skates in for ice skates. They were little children with big dreams, big expensive dreams. In Indiana, ice time is scarce and costly. So are costumes and lessons and travel. The fact that they made it this far, to the brink of Olympic fame, is testament to determination and sacrifice. Now it is their time to give thanks.
Our parents, when we were in 7th grade, said, okay, we're going to buy a house or we're going to live in the trailer. It depends on what you want to do with your skating.
They wanted to be the best figure skating pair in the world. So goodbye house plans, hello private coach, hello to life away from home and the rigors of an exacting sport. In pairs competition, it's important to carve out an identity, to make a name for oneself. Take Kim, for instance. That's her middle name, and the one she goes by most of the time. Except when she competes. Then it's
Natalie.
Her real first name. Natalie. Kim. Kim. Natalie. What's a brother to use?
Natalie, or Kim and I have that problem. I don't even know her name.
It's confusing.
So let's go back to the beginning, when little Natalie was named, after Natalie Wood.
But Wayne couldn't say Natalie, and he kept calling her Nat. Well, in England, when I lived in England, there was all these little Nats, and they used to beg us all the time.
Which explains why Nat became Kim at home. But why did Kim at home become Natalie on the ice?
For some reason, in international competition, Wayne and Kim always seemed to get a good scoring from the Russian judges. Not necessarily being scored over the Russian team, but normally usually second by those. And Natalie is somewhat of a Russian name.
Ah, the edge, the intangible difference that separates winners from losers. Last year, Wayne and Kim thought they had it, leaving home with great fanfare for the Nationals in Tacoma. They looked good in practice, but in competition, they finished out of the running.
We were just devastated, and we just thought it was the end. And 2 weeks later, we came back, and all the marquees in town said, we love Wayne and Kim. And that was a really neat feeling. So here we were at the lowest point in our careers, and then the next thing we know, I mean, it's like we're Olympic champions.
Champions without enough money to continue their training. To the rescue, though, came those basketball-crazy Hoosiers. Asked to be guests of honor at a high school game, the Seybolds were presented with a check for over $14,000. Donations from the people of Marion, Indiana.
They're basically living the Olympic experience through Wayne and I, because the town of Marion has never had an Olympic athlete even go to the Olympic trials.
And go they will, all the time remembering the parents who went without, the younger brother who never complained, and the people of Marion, Indiana, who sponsored their dream.
We owe a lot to a lot of people, and I think that not only are we skating for ourselves this year, but I think we're skating for everyone.
today, Mike Leonard, NBC News.
I guess that would be my home team, too. We'll
Savor their victory.
They're so close to doing really good things now. When you've worked for 13 years, you don't want to blow it by 3 weeks off. No way. They have worked so hard for so long, and it's such expense. But the childhood dream of Kim and Wayne Seybold has come to pass. They have spots on the U.S. Olympic figure skating team. Today in Denver at the National Figure Skating Championships, the Marion kids held on to their third-place spot in the long program and grabbed the final place in the pairs at the U.S. Olympic team behind winners Peter Oppegard and Jill Watson and runners-up Todd Wagner and Jillian Weston. Greg Johans talked to them right afterwards.
How do you feel?
Great. I don't think it's hit me yet. That's what my coach says. I was complaining because I missed the Let's, and he says, you're on the Olympic team. And I'm like, what hasn't hit me yet? I don't think so.
How about you?
I feel like someone just took a 100-pound weight off again. I just feel, it's speechless. 13 years of work and we made it, and it's a great feeling.
What, 15 seconds in, you fell on the triple Lutz, the throw triple Lutz. What was going on in your mind and the rest of the way?
Basically just to get back on track. When Letty said, you know, if you want it in, go for it, and I went for it. And sometimes you gamble and you lose, but, you know, it was a great competition. Everyone skated well, and, you know, and we did it. And, you know, just it'd be there in Olympics, definitely.
And there are Kim and Wayne getting their medals. For once, third place is just as good as winning. They are Olympians, and they're heading to Calgary in February. Quest of Kim and Wayne Seybold of Marion for a spot on the U.S. Olympic figure skating team. It was a busy week that Greg wraps up for us tonight.
It's Friday night, McNichols Arena in Denver. The Seybolds warm up for this short program where 30% doesn't go well. Kim falls, and the two wonder if this is a sign of things to come. But when their program begins, Wayne and Kim skate like champions. A flawless program of lifts, spins, and jumps. Results come in, Wayne and Kim get the scores they worked so hard for. Several 5.7s and 5.8s out of a possible 6.0.
I feel elated. I mean, we skated so good, and, you know, this year we finally got the marks we deserved, and that is just the greatest feeling in the world.
What are you feeling?
I just thank God, because it feels like someone just took a big yoke off my back and lifted it there. Just feel like we're on top of the world right now.
Did everything go right?
Everything, perfect. We couldn't have skated any better.
So with 30% of the score in, the Seybolds are in third place with a sizable lead over fourth place Joseph Miro and Katie Keeley. If they finish like this tomorrow, they'll be in the Olympics. Keeley and Miro skate well Saturday night, posting scores in the 5.6 to 5.7 range. So the Seybolds know that's what they have to beat. Early in their performance, they try a very difficult throw triple Lutz, a move that's never been done before in competition, and Kim falls. The rest of their program goes off without a hitch, and when it's over, 7 of the 9 judges give the Seybolds third place and a spot on the Olympic team.
How do you feel?
Great. I don't think it's hit me yet. That's what my coach says. I was complaining because I missed the Let's, and he says, you're on the Olympic team. And I'm like, what hasn't hit me yet? I don't think so.
How about you?
I feel like someone just took a 100-pound weight off again. I just feel, it's speechless. 13 years of work and we made it, and it's a great feeling.
Wayne and Kim head to Calgary next month, hopeful that if they hit that throw triple Lutz, an Olympic medal is possible. From Denver, Greg Johans, 21.
Play-by-play job.